Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Packers, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Las Vegas Raiders taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Charles, how about this Raiders squad? They had the long drought without playoff wins. You had to go back to the AFC Championship season of 2002, but they got it done under head coach Josh McDaniels.
And Brandon, you know how much I love the history of the NFL. How about this? The Raiders and the Colts, the only teams that currently win a Super Bowl in two different cities. Now the Raiders with a chance to win in their third city.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their fifth win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for second all time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers leading them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. But when you talk...
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Jacobs again. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, right? Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Josh Jacobs punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them, I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. Showed some flash on the run, but he will be brought down shy of his 10. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle, there to make the stop.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season. That's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here at Super Bowl 57. 7-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 11 yards on the pickup. That'll be good enough for a Las Vegas first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
to throw again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Davante Adams, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Raiders continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Davante Adams, of course, for years he was catching passes for the guys here in green and gold, but he was dealt in the offseason to these Raiders. He made 5 Pro Bowl appearances in 8 years with the Pack, and his 2nd all-time in receptions in franchise history. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. He is out of bounds inside the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there. Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus their defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. The open man here, Renfro. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen. No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe touchdown Raiders! Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Raiders are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far. Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no surprise. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Able to get away. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's gotten them to where they are, 2 quarters away from a possible Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Second and 5. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll set up to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played well. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that point from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's complete to Adams. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Looking to throw. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, then he'd be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Raiders are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on his faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to. And right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
And they were in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll try and run with a fullback Johnson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
And how about this? Viva Las Vegas! The Las Vegas Raiders on top of the football world as they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions.
And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.